I wrote an article for the Harvard Business Review in '98 called What Makes a Leader? And it was really an extension of the book I just finished called Working with Emotional Intelligence. The review asked me to talk about the competencies or abilities that you see in star performing leaders. That article, by the way, has become their #1 most requested reprint in the history of the review. It really struck a chord. I think it did because it articulated something that people had sensed but not been able to put into words. Basically, what I argued is that there are 4 kinds of strengths that you see in the best leaders. One is self-awareness. People have the capacity to reflect on themselves, to monitor themselves. And this matters in many ways. One is for making good decisions. Turns out that you need to be able to capture that felt sense of feels right, doesn't feel right, and mix that into the hard data on a business decision or on a life decision. You know, should I keep this job or should I take a risk and take another job? That's not a decision you can make a list of pros and cons. You need to have a gut sense because there are ungraspables, things you can't put into words that actually are important information that part of your brain knows, but only can tell you not in words, but in a gut sense, literally a gut sense. That's the way we're wired. So people who make good or better decisions, business leaders, anyone, have this capacity for self-awareness. There's another way it's important, that is as an ethical guide. The answer to the question is what I'm about to do in keeping with my values doesn't come to us in words. It comes to us again in a gut sense. Then we put it into words. So this is critical for ethical navigation, both individually and for a company. The second component is self-management. How we handle our emotions. Can we keep our distressing emotions from crippling or interfering with our capacity to think well, to make good decisions? Can we stay focused, motivated, positively, working toward goals even when things are tough? Are we adaptable, flexible in making responses? All of that comes from internal self-management. The third part of emotional intelligence abilities for leaders is empathy. Do we sense how other people are thinking about a situation? Do we know how they feel? Can we establish rapport? Do we care? Are we concerned? Do we want to help others to the extent that we can? All of those are critical leadership abilities. And finally, there's the relationship skills, the obvious, more visible leadership competencies like effective communication is one. Can we inspire people? Can we motivate people? Can we articulate a shared mission from the heart that speaks to people's hearts, that really moves people? In other words, are we authentic leaders? Are we able to negotiate? Are we able to collaborate? Can we model collaboration so that people can see, hear that the leader is showing us how to be a good team player? All of those are highly effective leadership abilities, and the best leaders have strengths in at least 6 or more of those. Any leader, of course, can develop them if they have the proper help.